Okay. I was going to say good morning. Good afternoon, Kathleen. This is Kim Rodriguez. We are from Southampton High School, and we would like your permission to tape this Skype session with Roger Williams University.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. So you can introduce yourself, Catherine, to, we have a counselor and a parent here, and hopefully another couple of students will be coming in.
Wonderful. Sounds good. Well, my name is Catherine Pinkham, and I'm one of the admission counselors here at Roger Williams University. I'm also a recent alum. I graduated in 2013, so I was a student here not too long ago. But for those of you who might not be too familiar with RWU, I thought I would just start with a brief overview of the institution, who we are, what we do, and then of course I'll leave plenty of time for questions at the end. So Roger Williams is a small to medium-sized private institution located in Bristol, Rhode Island. We have just over 3,800 undergraduate students, and we have 5,000 students total here, including our grads and our law students. The student-to-faculty ratio is 14 to 1, and our class average is 19, and that is a true average. I get asked all the time, what does a typical freshman classroom look like, and 19 is truly our average here, so we definitely guarantee a lot of personalized attention. We're considered to be a comprehensive university, so basically what that means is we offer studies in both the liberal arts and the professional fields, and we really encourage all of our students here to take advantage of that, to take courses in both areas. So, for example, maybe a marketing student, we might encourage them to also take some courses in psychology or maybe communications, just they do have a really well-rounded education by the end of their 4 years with us, and vice versa. We certainly want our liberal arts students to explore the professional fields as well. Not only do we encourage this, but we actually require it to some extent. So in addition to a student's major, every single one of our students will also graduate having completed a core concentration as well, which is basically 5 courses in any program that they choose, and if they add a 6th course, that does make it an official minor, which is what the majority of our students do end up doing here. And the idea is that they would simply have, some level of expertise in the field aside from their major once they graduate. And we would also hope that, the core concentration of their minor would complement their major as well. We do have over 45 majors here and over 70 minors. We're always expanding. We're always adding new programs every single year. We have a College of Arts and Sciences. We have the Gabelli School of Business. We have a School of Education, a School of Justice Studies, a School of Architecture, a School of Engineering. So again, there really is a little something for everyone here. We're also a very field-oriented school. We're very, very hands-on. We believe in getting our students out of the classroom, applying what they're learning to the community or to their intended career field as soon as possible. So a lot of our majors actually require that the student successfully complete at least one internship by the time they graduate. But for those that don't have that requirement, we still want them to get out there and to try things out, to try to take on an internship or an externship or possibly a project through our community partnership center. And the CPC, by the way, the Community Partnership Center, is something that's relatively new for us, and it's basically just another opportunity. It's another department that really focuses on getting our students out of the classroom, applying what they're learning to the community. I know a really good example. We recently sent a handful of our architecture students out to a rundown home in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, which isn't too far from here, and they had the opportunity to work with an actual architect and get the building back up to code so that people can be in it safely again. And we did have about 75 of those types of projects across disciplines this past year, hoping to increase that even more. As you can imagine, they've been really popular. Our students like to get out of the classroom and kind of get their hands dirty and do their thing, so it's been a really successful program for our students. Does anybody have any questions thus far regarding any academic programs that we might offer or internship opportunities, anything like that?
What would you say your most popular majors are?
That's kind of a tricky question to answer. I would say that we're pretty well known for our architecture program, our marine biology program. Our business program is growing every year. About 20% of our student body is enrolled in the Gabelli School of Business. But as far as size goes, I would say our larger programs right now are probably psychology and criminal justice. Those two are really large here.
We're also unique here at Southampton High School. We have an aqua lab.
Oh, wonderful.
So we offer full credit in ocean and marine science, and then we have another full year course in aquaculture, and then another one in hatchery management.
Oh, that's really unique.
So it's very unique. I don't think there's anywhere else probably in the country.
Yeah,
I would speculate.
That's terrific. And like I said, marine bio is one of our big majors here. We get a lot of students who apply to that program. It's very competitive. And it's great because it is, going back to the hands-on experience, it's really unique. But in addition to the shellfish hatchery, we're actually home to the state's only law school as well. I'm not sure if you have any students who are interested in possibly pursuing law school. But we do have the state's only law school. We also have a 3+3 business law program. So the student would basically enroll in courses in our Valley School of Business for the first set of 3 years, and then they would move over to our law school for the second set of 3 years, and they would graduate from law school in 6 years rather than the traditional 7.
Is that a program that they apply to as a freshman?
No, you don't have to apply to that until you're already an enrolled student here.
Okay.
So you have a little bit of time to kind of figure it out. While we are an undergraduate focused institution, we do have a handful of those types of accelerated advising tracks here. So in addition to that business law, that 3+3 business law program, we also have a 4+2 architecture program. So a student can graduate in 1.5 to 2 additional years with their master's in architecture rather than the traditional 3. And we do have some 4+1 programs which are particularly popular with our psychology students and our criminal justice students as well.
Okay.
So, as far as support services go, here at Roger Williams, we have a lot of them. I know I mentioned our internship and externship opportunities. We do have a career center on campus that will work with our students, not just our seniors looking for jobs, but also our underclassmen looking for those types of internship opportunities. They'll make sure the student's resume, cover letter look really great and really professional before they go ahead and they send them out, and they will help them to get those types of experiences. We do also have tutoring center. We have a writing center, student accessibility services, all to support our students academically if need be. We also have a student advocacy office on campus, which is something that's really popular as part of our first year experience program here. Every single one of our incoming freshmen is paired with a student advocate, who is basically somebody who's been through the process before the transition from high school to college, and they're basically just available to answer any questions that the student might have about RWU. They actually reach out to our students before they arrive on campus over the summer, just to kind of introduce themselves, provide the student with the contact information, so if they are shopping for their dorm or something, they're not sure what to bring, they can just kind of shoot them a text, and they're more than happy to chat with those students. So we do have a lot of really terrific support services like that here on campus. Any questions on those?
What's your retention rate?
Right now, our freshman to sophomore retention rate is about 83%.
Okay.
Which is something that we're really proud of, something that we can certainly, attribute to those support services that I just mentioned. But yeah, it's a statistic that we're very proud of.
Yes, as you should be.
Yeah. Given that the admission cycle is just kind of closed out, can you talk about what the profile of an admitted student looked like this year?
Absolutely. So we take a very holistic approach when we review applications here at Roger Williams. We do take absolutely everything that the student submits to us into consideration. We are on the Common App, so in addition to that completed Common App and that essay that the student's required to submit through the Common App as is, we also require, of course, an official high school transcript, 1 to 3 letters of recommendation, and we're actually a test optional school, so the student does not need to submit their test scores to us. If the student is planning on taking standardized tests and they're considering submitting those, the average accepted student has about 1120 out of 1600 on the SAT. So that's just math and verbal without the writing component, and then our average ACT is a composite score of 24. The average GPA of our accepted student is about a 3.2 or a 3.3 on a 4.0 weighted scale. So about a B+ average. Now, are you guys on a 4.0 weighted?
No, we're on a 100-point scale.
Okay, so we will probably recalculate that, but it's going to end up being about a B+ average.
Right, and we are unweighted too.
Okay.
We don't
All
rate.
right. Yeah, we do take into consideration honors, AP, IB courses if the high school offers them, of course. That's why we take the weighted GPA. But we definitely take those into consideration. We want to make sure that that the students, of course, challenging themselves with selected courses during the 4 years of high school. That they're enrolled in a rigorous program. In addition, we're going to just make sure that the student's really well-rounded. We're going to look at the extracurricular involvement, whether it's work after school, clubs, sports, organizations. We want to know what they've been up to the last 4 years of high school, what they're going to bring to our campus community. That's definitely something that's important to us as well. So when we review applications, like I said, we take a very holistic approach, but we also take a really holistic approach when we review applicants for merit-based scholarships. And those range from $5,000 to $16,000 a year here. They are renewable if the student maintains a certain GPA, and we will, outline all of those details for the student in their acceptance package. And then as far as the need-based aid goes, we do require the FAFSA and the CSS profile to be submitted to our financial aid office, and they'll determine what kind of need-based aid the student qualifies for, whether it's loans, scholarships, grants, work university money, combination of all of those things. And right now, about 95% of our students are receiving some form of aid, whether it is need-based, merit-based, or a combination of the two.
Do you have any examples of what would qualify for merit-based?
We don't have, a calculator per se.
Okay.
If a student has this GPA, this student has test score, they get this amount of money. We really do take a very holistic approach. I just shared the averages with you, so we are looking for someone, at or above those averages. Those are typically the recipients of those types of scholarships.
If students do utilize your test optional approach, are they still eligible for merit-based money?
Absolutely. We get that question a lot, and they absolutely are. We don't penalize those test optional students whatsoever. If they feel as though their test scores are not supporting their application, then they can choose not to submit them. That's absolutely fine. They won't be penalized in any way.
Do you ask for any additional information if they do not submit test scores, an additional writing sample, anything like that?
Nope. We tried that out the first year. To be honest, it was a little bit messy, so we don't do that any longer.
Okay. Okay.
As far as our deadlines go, we do offer 2 early action deadlines here, and they're non-binding. They're November 1st and December 1st, and there's no difference between the two, just an extra month to get your materials together if the student needs it. In addition, we do, of course, have the regular decision deadline as well, and that's February 1st.
What did your percentages look like for your early action in terms of the class?
50-50, early and regular.
Okay.
Yep. And if any students are interested in our honors program, that application is also due February 1st. We require a 3.5 GPA in order to review that student for admission to the program, and we do have 2 short answer essays that they're required to fill out as well as part of that application. Those are just available right on our website.
Okay.
One of the other things that I wanted to mention, going back to finances, is our Affordable Excellence Initiative. So our current freshmen and sophomores here at Roger Williams, as well as our next incoming freshman class, they have frozen tuition. So it's still the 2012 rate, and it's guaranteed to be locked in at that rate for all 4 years of attendance. Definitely check back on our website regularly for updates on that. Hopefully we can extend that another year. It's something that's worked out really well for us, something that we're really proud and excited to be able to offer our applicants and our students. And the other component of that, again, is the test optional policy, just in an effort to make, higher education more accessible to a wider population of students. So the test op policy is, again, something that's relatively new for us. It's something that's worked out well. We're definitely going to continue to implement here.
Okay. Do you have a percentage of students that actually utilize test optional? Do you have a number or figure?
I don't know off the top of my head, actually, but that's certainly information that I could get to you.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You
it's
guys
something
study
to do
abroad?
with the third season of being test optional.
Your 3rd season? Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any study abroad programs?
We do. We actually have a nationally ranked study abroad program. So we
Wow.
offer 70 programs, and we offer programs ranging from a single week to a full year. The most popular is the semester-long trip that typically takes place during the student's junior year with us, but we certainly have students who want to immerse themselves in that full year experience, and we also have students who don't want to be far from home for too long, so we do offer a 1-week, a 2-week, and a 3-week faculty-led program. And our students receive credit for all of them, even just that 1-week program. We have some flagship programs as well. So, for example, our marine bio students study in the Caribbean, our architecture students in Florence, our dance and our theater students in London. But I mean, if a student has their heart set on a particular location, our study abroad department is very accommodating, and they'll sit down with the student and figure out what's going to work best for them in the academic program that they're interested in studying under. Yeah.
Do you track demonstrated interest?
We do. Yep. So if you have any students who will be visiting campus, make sure that they're attending a formal info session and tour, and signing in to our admissions office, because that is something that we look at when we review applications.
Is this something that you would be willing to count this as an admissions information
Absolutely.
center of session?
Definitely.
So what I will do is I'll ask people to sign in and get your email addresses, and I'll send that to you?
Definitely.
Okay. Should I send it to you or to Steve, or does it matter?
But either or, you can
Okay.
send it to me. That's absolutely fine. If you do attend any college fairs or anything like that, that's also something that we track.
Okay.
So just definitely encourage students to, fill out those inquiry cards and whatnot. We do also offer daily tours and info sessions here at Roger Williams. We offer those Monday through Saturday. Saturdays will actually be ending for the summer, but we do offer 9 a.m., 12:30, and 2 p.m. And those can be actually registered for on our website if that's something that students are interested in.
Okay.
Any questions regarding campus life or anything like that that I can help to answer?
you have any, can you discuss anything with respect to your campus security?
Sure. We have a very safe campus here. We're located, as I mentioned earlier, in Bristol, Rhode Island. We're in the suburbs. It's a closed campus. Actually, there's water on two sides of us. But we do monitor everyone who comes in onto campus as well as who leaves campus. So we do have public safety officers who monitor that. All of our guests are required to sign in to get a parking pass for their car so that we know, what car belongs to who. And like I said, we do have a very, very safe campus here. We do have the blue light system, as I know many institutions do. And we also have this new app, I believe it's called Safeguard, that students can download, and if they're on campus and they feel unsafe or they want to get in touch with a public safety officer, it's kind of like a panic button, I guess you could say. They just notify the public safety officer that they're needed, and they're able to locate them. Yep. Our public safety officers are also on call 24/7. And if, again, like I said, if a student's walking on campus at night, they're by themselves, and for whatever reason they feel unsafe, they can absolutely call them and get a ride back to their dorm. We also have a shuttle service that runs throughout all of campus. Where our campus is only 143 acres, it takes about 15 minutes to walk from one end to the other, so it isn't too big. But we do have that shuttle service that our students are more than welcome to utilize. I believe it runs until midnight on the weeknights and 4 a.m. on the weekends, so that's another option as well.
What % of students are from out of state?
Believe it or not, only 7% of our students come from Rhode Island.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so the majority of our students do come from New England. We get quite a few from New York and New Jersey, and we do get a handful from Florida, California, and Texas. Those are kind of our outlier states, I guess you could say.
okay.
So yeah, that's where our students are coming from, and because so many are coming from out of state, we do have a very residential campus community. The majority of our students are living on campus. We do guarantee housing all 4 years that the student attends, and most of our students take advantage of that, and they do choose to live on campus all 4 years. We do have 8 res halls, 6 of which are located on our campus, 2 of which are located off campus. So as a freshman, we will certainly guarantee that the students living on campus, and they typically live in doubles and triples. But after the freshman year, they can pick and choose what's going to work best for them, and we offer singles all the way up to suites and apartment style housing.
Do you have Greek life?
I'm sorry?
Do you have Greek life?
We do not have social Greek life, but we do have some academic Greek life. So, for example, we do have a business fraternity on campus, called Sigma Phi. Yep, but we do have a very social campus. We offer about 70 clubs and organizations here. We're also a D3 school. I believe we have 22 varsity teams right now, as well as club teams. We have intramural sports. Almost half of our student body participates in intramurals. They're very, very popular. So yeah, we like to keep our students busy here. They are genuinely, very, very social, very active.
How's the food?
The food is phenomenal. I'm sure most universities say that, but we're consistently ranked in the top 5% in the nation. We're part of Bon Appetit's Farm to Fork program, so all of our food is very local. It's really fresh. Our freshmen have unlimited meal plans when they're here. So they can swipe up in Upper Commons, which is our main dining facility, for a big 4-course meal, or they can just go up there for a snack in between classes. It's totally unlimited. But aside from that, we do have a food court on campus. There's a self-serve Dunkin' Donuts in one of our dorms. There's a Starbucks, sandwich shop, smoothie shop. Don't go hungry. Bottom line is plenty to pick from.
Those aren't a part of the meal plan, though.
So the meal plan that freshmen typically will enroll in is unlimited, and then they also receive $350 per semester to be utilized with those other vendors.
Okay.
And then after their freshman year, they can kind of modify their meal plan. Say that they noticed first semester that they weren't eating breakfast in the Commons, and they were just grabbing a granola bar on their way to class. They can definitely modify their meal plan to reflect that.
Did you say they have unlimited swipes? Is it 7 days a week they have unlimited swipes?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
The freshman 50 now.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions that I can help to answer?
I think we covered it. Any questions?
No questions on that? Why did you guys get here? We did.
I think you pretty much covered my questions.
Terrific.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, Stephen Alibrandi is the representative for the Long Island area. So you can definitely get in contact with him if you have any other questions. I'm also more than happy to answer any questions if you do think of any, after the session. And yeah, I would be happy to take the information down for the students who have attended so that we can, make a note in their file if they do plan on applying to graduate
Okay,
Great.
great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Catherine.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, she
Oh,
hung
good,
up.
leave right there, cause that sounds awesome. Yeah, I did write his name correctly.